Hello, I think we're live. I'm not sure if the music looks like it's a little bit loud on stream, but when I played it back myself it wasn't coming through very loud, so I'm not sure how well this is working. I'm going to put that down to about there, and we'll see how we go. So I wasn't going to stream today, but I'm playing online anyway. I'm going to catch some wild horses. I'm loving the rescue horse missions to get the Sable Island horses. I'm definitely feeling the gotta catch them all with these guys. So I think I'm going to go and catch some of them. And I thought it might be a fun little thing to stream. I'm off work today for the bank holiday, so you know what? Let's just do it. Even if I'm not streaming for very long, let's maybe just do a few missions and see how we go. I've been doing some delivery missions and stuff to earn some money. So we've got a little chunk of money sitting to tame some of these horses. So we'll see how we go. This is Frost. He was actually the first Sable Island horse that I got, and he's such an unusual colour. Let me give him a brush so we can see him. There we go. And he's got an easygoing personality, so he's going to be a nice, easy ride to take with us, even though he's not got really any XP. He's technically black, but he's got almost like a bay kind of tinge to him. If I go into his info, what does it say? Black. So it just says, oh, Frost is a mare. Frost, I thought you were a stallion. I was convinced. Terribly sorry, missus. So she apparently is just black, but very clearly she's a bit more than just black. She's a really interesting kind of colour. So we're going to take her today. How is your... So you're a little bit hungry and a little bit thirsty. Do we just want to make sure she's okay before we set off and forget to look after her, I think. So we're going to set her to graze. And then I'll take her over to the water trough to have a little drink. And see how we get on. Is that good? Are we good? Can we move? Yes. So it does take just a little bit for the animations to play. Drink. Reminding me that I have a cup of coffee. That didn't work, did it? Let's try again. So we can interact with this water trough because I've done it before. You just have to kind of be lined up just right. Yay? Nay? Can we get rid of this so we can actually see what it's saying? Drink. Your horse is drinking. Here we go. There you go. So am I. I'm having my coffee. I can guarantee I'm going to forget that I've got this coffee as we start taming horses, and then I'll remember it in half an hour and it'll be cold. I'll be like, oh yeah, coffee. Right, so let's just jump in and start a mission. That's enough waffling. That's enough faffing around. So what you do is you talk to this lady here that looks an awful lot like Bonnie McFarlane. I've got a feeling they're using her as the mission person for this. And then you open your map, and it's always worth putting a marker on them in case the markers disappear. So they're way down past roads. I also don't know why when you set a marker it gives you two different routes. The red route looks a little bit shorter, so we'll follow that one. Let's head off. I'm also feeling like my music is just a little touch loud for me. So we're just going to do a little bit of tweaking. That's a little bit better. The playlist for the stream should be in the description if anybody ever wants to listen to it themselves. Now it looks like it's just not playing at all on the stream. Let's go for about there. That looks about right. Right, okay, now we're going. Now we're going. Oh, these horses are so cute. They're just little horses. They're probably not much bigger than, I think, like a Nakota or a Criollo. But they've got quite a chunky build and big chunky hooves. They just look quite solid. There's something about chunky horses that I just love. Big chunky horses. I need to stop moving the camera around. Make everybody motion sick. Oh, what's that? Is that a horse? I didn't know you got wild horses in this direction. Oh, you're a thoroughbred. Do we want you? Oh, I think that's the brindle thoroughbred. I kind of do want you. Bother. Oh, we're distracted already. Because I'm trying to get some speedy horses as well. Or some horses with some better speed stats. For my Morgan... Ooh, Morgan line! I try not to mash the E button to get on. Oh, the game volume is suddenly very loud in my ear. We've got some teething problems still with streaming. It's getting a little bit better every time I stream and then go back and review what I don't like about the stream and the stream quality. And then tweak it a little bit. Stream again or do a test stream. Come on, Frost. Tweak it a bit. I think it's just my headphones that are a little bit loud, which is maybe why the music sounded so loud. I hope me tweaking my headphones doesn't affect... No, it doesn't. Oh, well, that's good to know. Because sometimes I feel like I have to shout over the game. I've got a really good set of headphones. I think they're really good. I feel very lucky to have them. They were very expensive. Oh, a wild horse appeared. No, but I've just got one. I just got one. Is this not the wild horse? So, because I've been out looking for wild horses, I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but I printed out a map of Red Dead. I know you can make digital ones, but just while I'm playing the game, rather than like flicking between lots of different screens, I figured... Where are we on the map? Ringneck Creek. Having a little paper one that I can scribble on while I'm playing the game, I thought might just be a little bit easier. So we're between the R and Ringneck Creek. I've got a feeling that pop-up's maybe just come up a bit late and we've already got the horse. But we'll have a look. So, if we caught him down here, can we assume that they maybe spawn in the forest? I've had a wild horse notification for this area before and I couldn't find it. Who's that? Oh, that's the Herbie man to do Herbie missions. I've not really done any herbing, but I see a lot of people saying it's a good way to get started, but to be perfectly honest, it's really boring. It's not very fun. It maybe is once you get into it. But I just love taming horses. And training horses, and breeding the horses, and then selling the horses. And making my money that way. I'm not seeing a wild horse. Sometimes if you put it into Deadeye... Oh, we ran somebody over. Sorry, little dude. Yeah, sometimes if you put it on Deadeye, you can kind of see, like, they pop out a bit more. I should be looking at the tracks as well to see if any of these tracks say that they belong to a horse. But they all seem to be for deer. The depth of field is a little bit sickening when we're riding around, so let's just turn that off. As pretty as depth of field is on Reshade, it doesn't need to be that much. Is that a person? No, it's an NPC. Just in case they were looking for the wild horse, I don't want to steal it from them because we've already got a horse. Even if we can't tame it because we're riding on a wild horse, it would be nice to just know what spawns in this area and where they spawn so that I can mark it on the map. I see some players have made their own little maps and shared them. And I have used them a little bit, but I've found they're missing some information. So I kind of just want to start making my own. Because then if I go somewhere and I can confirm that I've actually seen a horse there, then I know that that's up to date and it's true information. And it's also just fun. It's also fun just keeping my own little record of the things I've been discovering. I think we've done enough running around looking for this horse. Let's move on. But I've got a feeling it's probably this thoroughbred. And you know what? I am actually just going to mark that I found a thoroughbred here. So between the R for Scarlet Meadows and Ringneck Creek. So, wow, tiny, tiny, tiny little zone on this tiny, tiny, tiny little map. So let's do number 2. Number 1 was the Shire. And we found a thoroughbred. Right, you can go back in your little corner on the desk. Oh, we'll scoot back in a bit. There we go. We also need to make our way to a wild horse buyer. So there's one to the west. Luckily there's not a timer on the Sable Island horse. But there is a server restart and we will get warning before a restart. I imagine it'll reset. Yeah, I still don't see it. Okay. Still determined to find it. I've got the mic a little bit further away as well. So I hope it's not too quiet. I'm just going to have to make a point not to mumble. Because I can be bad for that. My my internal dial for my own volume is not great. Sometimes I feel myself shouting and sometimes I feel myself mumbling really quiet. And I'm just the same when I'm in conversation with people. I'm not good at speech. I'm not good at... Oh, I'm already following this marker because I'm distracted. I was going to sell this horse. West. Go west. Yeah, because I found listening to my own streams and recordings back, I feel like I sound quite nasally. And like you can hear me breathing and taking a breath a bit too much. And I'm wondering if it's just because it's how close I have the microphone to me. I didn't think I was very nasally, but I sound really nasally. It's not like I've got a blocked nose or anything. Maybe I'm just not good at speech. Maybe I'm just actually not great to listen to. Maybe the voice is just not it. But oh well, we're here now. We're here now. So, I think the wild horse buyer is down here. Yes. I don't normally like brindle quotes, but This guy looks kind of cool. I actually quite like the shade of brindle. I'm not sure if this is a base game coat or not, because normally all the wild horses I've seen are base game. But I was sure the brindle thoroughbred in the base game was a bay for the thoroughbred. Yeah, blah, words. Too many words. Oh, look at that sunset. So pretty. Wow. That's a big price. That's the most expensive horse that I've adopted that's wild. So it must be a special horse, because it's selling for 3,500 as well. And I thought the special horses sold for 2,500. Oh, that's going to eat up some of our Sable Island horse money. Oh, keep it. Keep it. Oh god, what am I going to call you? Stripe is too obvious. I'm not good with names. I could just call him Brindle and then come up with a new name later. How about Ripple? Let's go for Ripple. I'm not even good at silly names. Right, let's go Frost. And let's go a gallop. Let's actually make some progress before we get distracted again. So I think there's about, is it like 20 something coats of the Sable Island horse to find and collect. And as far as I know, the only place you can get them is through the missions. I imagine you can buy them from other players at markets and auctions. But if you want the base game coats, then you've got to go out and find them. So as much as I would also like to collect them all, 20 plus horses of one kind that's base game and not had any better stats or whatever bred into them, that's a lot of space to take up in the stables. But we'll see. We'll start collecting them. We'll see what colours we like. Potentially train and sell some on for a bit of extra money. We'll see how we go. Sorry, buddy. Am I running you too hard? I don't often gallop places. Often when I'm travelling from one point of the map to another... Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is for sale. This is a really big property, though. This is for somebody that plays a lot. I think, did I read in the rules somewhere as well that if you own a big property, you've got to utilise it for events and stuff? Or was that for another server? Because I have been looking into other servers. I've just joined Harmony Meadows. And I got as far as creating a character and picking a horse before a server restart, and I had to stop for the day. So I've not actually been back onto it yet. That might be a fun one to stream later. We shall see. I'm looking at the stream, and I'm not convinced my shader is turned on. Maybe it is. Maybe it just looks... The colour looks really different on stream. If I turn it off, I'm just going to watch the stream for a second and see. Because it was a palaver to get the shaders working on stream. You can't stream the game. You have to stream it as a window. Or display capture. Yes, no, shaders is on. I did see that. Okay. Like that. Okay. It just, the colours aren't as vibrant on stream as they are on the computer, which is fair. I kind of knew that was a thing anyway. I cannot put into words how beautiful the game is with shaders. It's just something else. I've been fortunate enough over the last few years to have been able to save money to chip away at upgrades and make my computer and my system and my setup a little bit better. So if you want to get into PC gaming, because it's so expensive, the best thing you can do is start cheap. I actually know that you get an RDR2 in this location because I found one, so I'm going to quickly mark this on the map, just because I know I've caught something here, right next to Bulgar Glade. The font doesn't make it very easy to see. Where is that? Oh, down by Braithwaite Manor. So right here. 3. Ardennes. I'm pronouncing it Ardennes because I've heard other people pronounce it Ardennes, but I don't know if it's Ardennes or Ardennes. Or none of the above. Oh, the game's frozen. Oh no! Oh, that's not ideal. Oh no! Okay, I'm going to go reboot the game. This is going to take a minute, so I'm just going to pop the stream over to a break for a moment, just till I get the screen up again. So bear with me. I will be back. Okay, so we're logging back in. This just might take a moment. Yeah, I can come out of the screen now. Hopefully that doesn't freeze. Logging in is an ordeal. It takes a minute. Sometimes it just straight up doesn't work. And it crashes and you have to try again. Sometimes it just won't connect. Many times the server has just been full, so I've not been able to join. So it's obviously a really popular server just now. But I have been playing at the weekends, so that could be a factor. Oh, I love a coffee. Love a coffee. Don't you just love this loading screen as well? I just realised my mic's a little bit squint. Sorry about that. I say sorry like the mic being squint affects what you can see when it doesn't. This horse is also gorgeous. The kind of, what would you call that? Like a dark bay or brown? Dappled paint? Sooty? Sooty bay. Looks like it's had an accident with a Tipex bottle over here. The buckskin is gorgeous. I think that's the Criollo, the base game. One of the base game Criollos. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right either. Criollo? 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 I don't know. Definitely want a line of them though. That's one of my favourite horse breeds in the game. Which is probably why I like the Sable Island horses. Because they're a similar kind of build, just a little bit chunkier. Just a little touch chunkier. I'm just having another look at the volume settings. My microphone looks like it's going a little bit loud. But not overly so. I'm maybe just going to take this opportunity very quickly while the game's loading to have a listen to my own stream on my little device here. I'm really sorry if it comes through chunkier. Oh gosh. I'm just having another look at the volume settings. My microphone looks like it's going a little bit loud, but not overly so. I'm maybe just going to take this opportunity very quickly while the game's loading to have a listen. I would say the music is a little bit too loud. Because you don't want too much noise. You just want it to be pleasant. Just pleasant vibes. Oh, that's because the music's on full volume. Why is the music on full volume? Because I'm a dum-dum, apparently. Because that's a thing. Right. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Note to self, when checking this stream, to see if you like the quality. Let me hop back into OBS. So, note to Dodo, your game sound is between the green and the yellow, and your music is between the green and the yellow. Spotify's volume is at about a third, and your microphone volume is between the yellow and the red. Okay, good girl. Go improve things. Future me. Let's log in. Oh, I might have to hide chat. Hopefully we get in quick enough that we can just toggle it off. Toggle. Chat. There we go. And we've had an accident. We're a little bit invisible. So let's, is it reset character? There we go. Yep, that's me. And let's take off our coat. And you know what? For the sake of the stream, my time 10. There we go. Oh, we're gonna have to restart our mission. Oh, what a pain in the bum. That's a shame. Okay. How far away are we from our wild horse mission? A bit. Shall we teleport? So, to do that, I'm going to flee the horse. And you can type T to open the chat, / to give a command, and teleport me. TPM. I'm assuming that's what TPM stands for. But that's how I remember it anyway. It's really nice to have the control to do things like that. To have a quick teleport. So long as you're not cheating. Because we could start this mission and technically teleport to the location, but I'm pretty sure that's counted as an exploit anyway. But that ruins the fun. You need to call and be on your main horse. I thought it had to be dismounted. Sorry, Bonnie. I'm pretty sure that's Bonnie McFarlane. So if I'm out of a mission and we're particularly far away, I will teleport. Unless I particularly want to just stop and smell the roses and explore. But because we do so much travelling, when we start a mission, yeah, travelling from A to B. We can do all our exploring while the mission is active. And then have a little sneaky teleport before we start a mission, or after we finish a mission. I thought my shaders were off again. Let's hop in here. I like to turn off one of the tints because it can be a little bit loud, and we'll turn off the depth of field. So the reshade preset I'm using is based on native lands, which you can find on Nexus, which is a gorgeous reshade, but it's very blue, so it kind of triggers migraines for me a little bit. You know what? I can show you what it looks like though. It's gorgeous for taking photos. It's just, that's my first attempt at changing it. This one. It may or may not work because this is copied and pasted over from my actual Red Dead folder. So this is native lands. I'll turn off the depth of field so you can see it. It's gorgeous. The borders can go because we don't need that. I'm curious to see what it looks like on stream. I'm just having a look at stream now. But I can already feel my eyes starting to hurt playing the game, and as the camera moves around, I don't know what it is about blue tints in game, but it does just make me feel a little bit sick. But it's beautiful for photos. Really gorgeous, bright, cheerful setting. I think, what would you call it? High key? I'm looking at the stream, it doesn't look nearly as blue and as bright as it does in game. But it's very pretty. But like I say, it was one of the only presets that I could get to work for me. So I went and I tweaked it. So I've got a few different names for presets. So it started with Dodo's native land. And then I wanted to make it warmer, so I went warmth Dodo. And then I went to Armadillo and realised it was too warm. Everything was red. So I tweaked it again so that it would work in Armadillo, like that side of the map. But when I go over that way, I still have to turn off one of the tints. For whatever reason, it doesn't remember that it's been turned off. I think I need to move it to the bottom, I'm not sure. But it's nice to leave it on for when I'm taking photos in an area where it suits it. And I'll also turn off one of the Technicolors. And then obviously this is the depth of field here. And because I've based it on somebody else's preset, I will not be uploading it anywhere. Because technically, it's based on somebody else's work, and that's not cool. I've shared it with friends, but with the like, this is based on native lands. I did not create this. And like I say, I just kind of took the blue out of it. I took out the adaptive sharpening and some of the bloom, some of the brightness, and I just darkened everything down a little bit. And I feel like it's just vanilla plus at the minute. I think I would call this vanilla plus. If we turn it off. Yeah, so that's vanilla. So it just saturates everything a little bit. Makes it warmer. Adds a very soft depth of field to the distance. And then if I'm taking photos, I can turn on the more extreme depth of field. Which looks fine when you're riding around as well. But sometimes it can be a little bit trippy. Oh. Did you see that? I saw that. This ranch is a lot number. Ranch ID 55. I wonder if anybody actually lives here. This would be a really nice little ranch. Nice little house. On the water. Look out for crocs. Some little paddocks. Shall we have a little mosey over to the Discord and see what the... I don't think any plots are technically for sale just now. So this is ranch ID 155. Where is the real estate? Real estate, here we go. I'm sorry you can't see this. I deliberately have it set up so that if I ever open Discord you can't see it for people's privacy. Not that anybody's saying anything that needs to be kept private, but I think if it was me, I would appreciate my name and details not being on a stream somewhere without my permission. I wouldn't be hyped about that. Oh goodness. These are all in the 900s. Okay. How do I search? Search or create a post? 155. No matching posts. Just out of curiosity, let me search that first number. So that does come up. So 155. Nobody owns it. That's interesting. There's an inquiry page here. Oh, I think this is somebody asking about properties. Real estate guides? I think this is something I need to go and look at in my own time. I think I could be here for a while searching for things. You know what? I'm going to add that to my little notes piece of paper as something to look up in the future. Where's my little scratch pad that I've been using? Here. So my scratch pad is getting scratchy. My scratch pad at the moment is just a bit of paper that I've been scribbling on. ID 155. We'll look that up later. I'm so easily distracted. I don't know if it's just because everything's still new and interesting, or if it's just the ADD. Oh, look, a squirrel! Somebody sent me a photo, like a meme, a while back. Oh, what was the phrasing again? So somebody had a tattoo on the back of their neck that was in the font for AC/DC, the band. Like, you'd know it if you saw it. It's very distinctive. Oh, it's over here. But it says ADHD. And underneath it says Highway 2. So instead of Highway to Hell, Highway to... Oh, look, a squirrel! I wouldn't say I know any oh, here we go. AC/DC music to get a tattoo in that, because in that sense it doesn't mean much to me, but it's funny. Just the epitome of me. So what do you look like? And why is the camera going funky? Oh. Oh, are you a buckskin? Wow. Oh my goodness. You are stunning. Oh, look at the way that the light catches the detail of the coat. The almost like the speckly kind of, I want to say roany patches, but this isn't a roan, I wouldn't say. I'm not good with horse coat names. But you're beautiful and you're a stallion. Oh, you've got a little black nose. Oh, look at you. Oh, I need a name for him. Let's mark on the map where we're going to get back home, which is here. So this is a keeper. Oh, that's an alligator. Are you coming, Frost? You're getting there. There you go. I was riding around catching some... Oh, that would be my phone. I am gonna have to stop and go on a break for a bit. Bear with me.